Alrighty. Alright. Sounds like everyone had a fun time with Paper Jam. Quite the broken game. But now we're going to move on to a kind of less broken game, but still broken in its own right. But yeah, welcome to Animal Crossing Wild World. So yeah, I'm going to start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, this is Wild World, and this is the Animal Crossing entry for the Nintendo DS. This is a pretty comfy run up until a certain point. So you might notice that I'm playing on the Japanese version. There's two reasons for that. One, text is a lot faster, and two, we have a version exclusive glitch on the Japanese 1.0. So we'll be seeing that later, but we're just talking to the captain. He's gonna just kind of quiz us and give us some ideas as to what our character looks like and what our town layout might be. Um, Town layout is heavily RNG dependent. Um, the only thing you can control is where your house might end up. Your house can be either near town hall, the beach, near shopping, or near the town gate. Or I think it includes the river, but I could be wrong on that. I actually don't remember. So I usually go for the first or the third option for a better layout. But usually with a good town layout, I want to see town hall, Nook's Cranny, and your house all clustered together. And this is actually a pretty decent seed here, so we actually might have a sort of run to work with here. So now it's time for us to go introduce ourselves to the villagers. We have to talk to all three before we start off talking to Nook. I believe this. Hold on, I want to make sure. It's down here. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of hard to always remember where these houses are. Okay, so with our first villager, we're going to talk to him twice, and this is actually Bill. Pretty fun villager. Also need to try to remember the villagers' names, since I can't exactly read Japanese, so I just try to remember the structure of the characters. So I have to talk to Bill twice here, so I can give him my birthday. And it's not really my birthday, but just kind of spam through it. Nook really likes for you to talk to the villagers a bit more, and just talking to the villager again there with just giving you your birthday, that just raises the flag saying, oh, well, you've talked to the villagers enough times. So we got pretty good villager RNG here, where all the villagers were kind of clustered together. And kind of, well, okay, the villagers weren't exactly clustered together all that well, but they were all easy to find, because sometimes these villagers really love to just play hide and seek. So now we have to go to our house and check it out, and we'll see that it's actually just a shack. And here comes Tom Nook, and he's going to make fun of us for having a very small shack, and we have to pay a lot of money for it. But yeah, now we have to do chores for him, because we have to pay off debt to him. And yeah, so I didn't exactly explain this, but this is the all debts category, which means we have to pay off all of our home loans. You might be wondering, how in the world are we going to do that within like 30 or so minutes? Again, it goes back to that glitch I was mentioning in the very intro there. So right here, Nook is going to give us some clothes because he thinks we're a naked boy. So I like to use touchscreen controls when I'm in the item menu, but except for one instance, but usually if I need to move items or give items to villagers, I'm just going to be using the touchpad, but everything else I'm going to be using the control pad. So, Nook wants us to just kind of plant all these flowers and saplings, but we're just gonna, just dump them out here. And while we're at it, we also need to go talk to the mayor, Tortimer, because that also counts towards us talking to all the villagers. And unfortunately, we can't talk to Tortimer before we start our chores, because he just does not appear until after you start. So we just have to do that while we're planting. Alright, so now we gotta go deliver this to Tabby. I think that's the cat's name. I actually can't remember. Yeah, it's Tabby. Okay, so now it's time to find villagers that are roaming around. And this can be kind of a pain to deal with. Hopefully Tabby's... Okay, there's Tabby. Okay, that didn't take long at all. Ideally, you want to have really good RNG and hope that they are, like, right outside Nook's cranny, so you don't want to see them, like, far off or anything like that. Alright, so now things are about to get really interesting. So Nook is going to ask us to go deliver a letter, but we're not going to exactly do that. We're going to kind of mess with the game, and kind of, I guess it's kind of memory manipulation, but I'll just let this whole sequence kind of explain itself, even though it's going to be really hard to understand what's going on. Alright, so now we need to go deliver this letter. Actually, I didn't actually see who I needed to I wasn't paying attention. I need to see who I was going to be sending this to. So, okay. Had to make sure. I kind of looked away before I saw the name. It didn't really occur to me. That's a problem with this run when running in Japanese, because unless I actually know Japanese, then it'd be a lot easier. Alright, so I'm going to set up right here. We are going to open up a letter. We're going to just write it out, except not really. Okay, we're going to move this letter into this specific mail spot, and we're going to edit it. Alright, so I need to delete a few characters here. Then I need to shift these letters down here. Then I need to spam a few characters until that set of letters are gone. Let me get this correct. Then I need to move this cursor with the D-pad down up here. Then I need to spam this character. You'll see what happens in a second here. You'll see that the cursor kind of flies off screen. Now we got a lot of money. And we also got a full inventory of a secret item. I will reveal what that is at the end of the run. So, I'm just gonna mail this off. So yeah, now we've got 16 million in the bank right now. I am not kidding by that number. So, we're gonna see that in a second. The actual numbers actually kind of overflowed. So yeah, 16 million in the bank now. Alright, so now we gotta dump a lot of these items into the recycle bin, because we need room so we can carry money later, because we can't actually deposit our debts. We can't deposit our mortgage payments through our actual wallet. We'd have to actually pull it from the bank account. So now we're pretty much set, but we still need to finish our chores here. So now we gotta deliver this carpet to Bill. And it's pretty much it's pretty much free from here on out. So get comfortable, because we are going to be just doing a lot of, just going to be finishing up these chores, and then it's just going to be paying debts, and then doing a lot of time traveling. Because it's not an Animal Crossing game if you haven't time traveled. We got so many items because of the memory manipulation that I did earlier. And again, all those items were the exact same. Like, even what's inside the present is the exact same, but I'll reveal what that is later. It's actually kind of funny what it is. Alright, so we have one more order that we have to deliver, and that one goes to Anchovy. It's usually a tool. So now we gotta... Next chore after this is gonna be just posting to a bulletin board, and yeah, we're gonna post something very riveting. Okay, hopefully Anchovy hasn't really flown off the map somewhere. I'm hoping... Okay, there he is. Also, he's going to show us our glitched ladder. And yes, also the letter format is actually changed, where it was just a blank white paper, now it's just like the post office paper, which is kind of weird. Okay, chat, let's play a little game. Whoever's the closest to guessing whatever the item is will, well, I don't have a prize in mind, but, you know, let's just make a game out of it, I guess. Alright, we're just going to leave a blank message on the board because, you know, that's satisfactory enough for Tom Nook. Great advertising. Just absolutely great. Some people might actually know what this is. If you actually do know what the item is, don't blur it out. It's too good. Alright, so because of the chores that we did, we managed to cut off 1,400 bells off our debt. Wow. Yeah, that's the chores segment. Now it's time to pay off our debts. Oh, whoops, I actually picked up the wrong option. Usually mess this up, but okay. Time to withdraw. I'm just gonna max out my wallet. So now we gotta make our first payment here. 18,400. There we go. I'll just say no one's close. It's something... Okay, I'm going to give everyone a hint. It's something that you don't normally place inside your house. Alright, so we have to always talk to Tom Nook about upgrading the house so we can progress. Alright, so this first save is extremely long because it has to save the entire town data, but saves after this are pretty fast. I'm actually playing on my normal DS. If I were to be playing on Virtual Console, it's way, way faster with loads, to the point where it's almost like 2 to 3 minutes faster. So, world record is not possible on normal DS hardware, which, by the way, I currently hold at about 25 minutes. Alright, so to time travel here, we just need to pick up the phone and then change the date. That's all we have to do. So I'm just going to go day by day here, because that's all I really need to be doing. I'll say someone is actually close. Like, really close to it, but... Alright, so for this next step, it's a little bit weird. We have to actually talk to Tom Nook twice, because the first time we talk to him, he's going to, like, freak out. He's like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you about the Happy Room Association, and I want you to sign up for it." So if you choose that first option, it's going to be like, "Oh, what is the Happy Room Association?" And he'll have to explain it for you, so it's best to go for the second option there. So here we gotta go back in, and he's going to tell us, like, "Oh, here's your here's how much you actually owe." Since talking to him again, like immediately after talking about the Happy Room, it just doesn't work. You just have to re-enter. Alright, so we're off to pay our next debt, and we're gonna call it a day on this. Thankfully this time I don't have to withdraw anything. Always don't want to accidentally pick the mail option, which is something I accidentally do sometimes. No one's right yet. So these dialogue options really don't matter. Always go for red house, or red roof, when he gives you that whole list. Alright, time travel again. Oh, one more thing that I meant to note is that the time of day that we're currently at around 6 o'clock at night. The reason being is that when we were doing the chores segment, we wanted to make sure that it was dark. It is dark out, so the lights for the villagers' homes would be lit, so we could actually see which villagers are inside their house and which aren't. And also, we wanted to be in that in-between period before Nook's Cranny would close, so... Alright, so it looks like Katrina is in town. Not that it matters, but... Okay, it's time for another hint. If you're familiar with hacking this game, there are items called seeds. This is one of those seed items that you get. The seed item is basically one of the items that you can basically place whole buildings or various structures throughout your town. So it's one of those things. So it can be any sort of structure that appears on the town map, whether it be trees, buildings, or just visitors that'll appear, as in like their buildings like Katrina's tent or Red's tent, or even the town gate, for that matter. So it's one of those items. And I'll just say someone was close to it earlier. Alright, so this is actually a pretty good paced run right now. Obviously not world record, but yeah. Town Hall seed. Nope. Telephone booth. No. There's actually no telephone booth in this game. Well, at least, I can't remember if that's an actual item that you can put in your house. Alright, so, gotta make our next payment here. Alright, so now we need to withdraw a little more for tomorrow, because we might as well just go ahead and do that now. And yes, Pacer did bring up a good point. There was an old duplication trick for this game. It would have brought the run down to like a 41 at the most optimal, but it was a pretty annoying glitch to deal with. But that glitch could actually be done on all versions, so if you want to look at how the game has progressed, I've got an old video on that. Alright, so talk to Nook about house upgrade yet again. I'll just say this game gets kind of repetitive once you start paying off your debts, so just go through the same motions here, with the exception of the second debt you have to pay. It is not a house, and it is not a coconut. Alright, so in terms of house expansion, we've already expanded our main room to its max size. We've got an upper floor, and now we've got a side room now, so we can actually check out the fruits of our labor once we are complete here. Just gotta talk to Nook about Our next payment, yet again. 728,000 bells. Oh boy. No, this item is not handy. And no, not a human hand. Nor a skeleton. Nope, not Stonehenge. It is actually not a pit trap. It is not a supercomputer, nor a cardboard box. Oh, whoops, I accidentally said I wanted to mail things. I don't have anything to mail, Pally. Yes, indeed, we officially have tree. Close to full tree, I think. I wasn't actually paying attention. Let's see. Yes, now we have full tree. Most of the time, these trees actually die out, and you also kind of want to make sure you don't plant trees that are going to be too much in the way. I've accidentally done that, where it would have actually cut off my movement in some runs. Okay, I'll say it's close to a tree. I actually don't know if you can put it in your house. I'll just say you have to put it outside. It is not a Christmas tree. Nope. It's not a rock. Mm-mm. It's not going to be any of those. I'll just say it's a little underwhelming, but at the same time, it's still kind of funny. Alright, need to withdraw some money here. Actually, I should go ahead and just withdraw my money now. It's not vines, not weeds. Alright. So now we only have one more debt to pay. You guys are close. Should I say you guys are beating around the bush? But it's close. You guys are so close. I guess all will be revealed soon. There are no bushes in this game. Bushes are in New Leaf, though. Which sadly is not a very broken game. Unless you're on the Japanese 1.0, then there is actually a duplication glitch you can work with, but I've never really touched it, so I wouldn't actually know. So now we have the mansion, but we still have to pay one more debt. But once we pay, it'll be time, so... Alright, so yes, the run ends on the last payment, and well, actually, once my fist goes up in the air for celebrating that we paid off the debt, so... So, we have enough money here. Alright, time's about to come up now. Oh, I accidentally reset the splits, but that was like a 31-40 something. But yeah, GG guys. But yeah, time for the ultimate reveal. What is it? What could it be? Oh my goodness. Still can't even tell what it is. It doesn't have a name. They're all the same though. Anyone ready? You guys ready? If you guess the stump, you win. It's actually not even a full stump. You can just place them wherever. So yes, I've been holding stumps in my pocket this entire time.